Hey everybody, welcome back to Jordan Samuel Skin Talks. How you doing? Okay, I actually am so prepared today. This has happened like twice before out of hundreds of videos. I have a pen, profesh. Today, I'm going to be talking fall fragrances. Now, this could be a 6-hour video and I could talk about 15,000 fragrances. I narrowed it down to 4, all slightly different families, different brands, and ones that I'm most frequently wearing this year, this fall. That can change year to year. We're doing 2024 fall fragrances. Now, to each their own, right? You can be somebody that loves, I know there's so many people that love a clean, fresh citrus in the middle of winter. Makes sense, right? Uplifting, it's dark and dreary outside, you want something light and citrusy. Same thing come fall. People could want spring florals in fall. They just want something to brighten the mood. It depends on what you personally like, where you live, what season it is, if you want to change it up, if you want to layer, blah, 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 blah. But I went very, I guess what you could say, typical fall. So we have one that's smoky and incensey. We have one that's much more woody, one that's a combination of both, and then one that's deep and rich and tonka and cardamom and cedarwood. I have the notes here. I'm gonna put the links to the fragrances all down below. See, we're prepared, we're prepared. I say that now, watch me forget. I'm going to read you the notes. You will see a lot of similarities in all of the fragrances. However, none of them smell alike. So again, that is the beauty of fragrance, and whether it's, you know, top, heart, base note, combining with other ingredients, percentage it's in. So it's very similar to skincare formulation. Just because you hear a note in a fragrance or just because you see an ingredient on the back of the skincare bottle doesn't mean it's going to correlate the same, doesn't mean it's going to smell the same, doesn't mean it's going to wear the same, etc. So we are starting out with, I love this fragrance, I've talked about it before. It is Laboratorio Olfattivo Secreste by Luca Maffei, who just happens to be our perfumer as well. I'm a huge fan of his. This is, if you are somebody that likes wearing incense, likes smelling incense, likes truly church, smoky, beautiful incense, this is your fragrance. There's no other way to describe it. We don't need to create a mood. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I would say though, this is the most pure, refined, to the point incense fragrance, which is why I think it is my absolute favorite incense fragrance, maybe ever, certainly of the moment. This is cistus and elemi and spicy notes, but it all comes down, it's the incense. So you're getting all that good frankincense, myrrh, cistus, the raw ingredients, but this is beautiful church incense, but in a wearable way, right? It's, you have the ingredients that are in that incense and you have a touch of the smokiness, but it doesn't smell like an incense stick and smoke on fire. I love this fragrance. This is a fall, winter, morning, noon, and night fragrance for me. I will wear this in summer in the evening. I will wear this in spring as well. I can't get enough of it, but I purchased this in spring, and this can tell you how much, like I think I purchased this in late April, early May, and over a quarter is gone. So I certainly wear this in spring and summer, but this bottle will be gone by the end of the year probably. This is where this baby's gonna shine. Okay, Luca is obviously my favorite perfumer, biased. He has another perfume here that I'm going to talk about, but another one from Laboratorio Olfattivo, which I'm kicking myself for not purchasing when I was there and got Secreste, and another one by Luca is called Venera, and it's his vanilla, and what I love about it, it's two opposing scents, so it's a spicy vanilla. So the notes are cardamom, Szechuan pepper, pink pepper, vanilla absolute, amber, and musk. So it's the most beautiful with that vanilla absolute. It is not sweet, sticky, cupcake vanilla. It is true, beautiful Madagascar vanilla bean to the T. Then you have that opposing spiciness with the pink peppercorn, CO2. You have the Szechuan pepper. You also have the cardamom, and then you have the base of amber and musk. It is so, so good. I really wish I had that fragrance right now, but I wanted to give that one a shout out because, oh my God, it's so good. Okay, I do not know, we can Google the perfumer of this. I do not know offhand the perfumer of Brunello. This is not gonna be great, but let's see. Oh, maybe a little bit. Brunello Cinelli, the designer, for home. I wrote down Uomo because Brunello Cinelli is an Italian designer. I assumed this was going to be called Uomo, but it's pour homme. They have pour femme as well. Doesn't matter. All unisex. Everybody can wear what they want. This was another Italian-inspired fragrance. This is of the region Umbria, which is considered Little Tuscany. And this, I would say, out of all of them, is probably the most well-balanced in terms of a true or traditional fall warm fragrance. It's not overly smoky or incensey or overly woody or overly spicy. I feel like it just has, it's sort of the, average is not the best word, but average in terms of like, it has a little bit of each, but it's not, if you're looking for something extremely woody, it's not this. If you're looking for something extremely incense, it's not this. You get the picture. So this is bergamot, ginger, juniper berries, cypress. I feel like, and cypress really isn't a unsung hero because it's in a lot of fragrances. I feel like so many people love it, but they're not familiar with actually the raw material of cypress. Cypress is beautiful. I adore cypress trees. Love them, love them, love them, love the scent, love everything. It also has Ambrox Super, which is sort of an amber, woody, synthetic fragrance molecule. And then it has Clearwood, which is another fragrance molecule, which I had to look up. And essentially what Clearwood is, which I love this, is patchouli without that deep, earthy leatheriness. So it's like a clean, fresh patchouli, which I love because I think patchouli is misunderstood. You either love it or hate it. But I think having this Clearwood where it's a clean, Clearwood, where you have a clean patchouli that doesn't have those earthy, leathery notes for some of us, I think it makes it more wearable. And this to me just smells like truly cashmere sweater, fall, middle of October. Dressed up though, it is sexy, it's sophisticated, it's balanced. Balanced. I said average. Balance. I guess it's an average of these, but it's balanced. Well, you know, I could edit this and make it sound better, but no, we just do raw here. We just do raw. This is so good. This could easily be a year-round fragrance though, which is another point. This can be morning and night, fall and winter, but I wore this at night in summer and spring as well, and I have very little of it left. Okay, so now let's go into, just to divide the perfumers, we're gonna now go into Jo Loves, which is Jo Malone the person. It is her new brand, which it's now been out since 2011. But just to differentiate, Jo Loves and Jo Malone are two different brands. This is her newest perfume from her new brand, Jo Love. Look at that beautiful bottle. And it is black cashmeran and tonka. This fragrance is beautiful, and if you were familiar with any Jo Malone perfumes that she designed or any Jo Loves fragrances that she designed, I would say this is her most. Jo is still in there, obviously, she's the perfumer behind it, but it's the most different of her creations, I would say. I felt that way with Ebony and Cassis, which I also would highly recommend as well. Look that up, beautiful fall fragrance. But that really was a unique one, but that had that Jo stamp. This has that Jo stamp, but this actually shocked me for the first time. I can blind buy Jo Malone the person fragrances. This is no different, but I was shocked at how different. It is definitely a new step for Jo. But this is, and again, you're gonna hear some of the similar ingredients. However, it doesn't mean any of these smell alike or even in the same family. This is orange, ginger, cardamom, rum, tonka bean, cedarwood, and cashmeran. And cashmeran is essentially another synthetic musk, woods, beautiful note. And you do get a very quick, right out of the gate, orange, ginger, cardamom pop. Those top notes sort of start blending out almost immediately as the rum takes over. But if you spray and sniff, you will get those, and it's beautiful. But the rum really does start to take over, but it's the tonka bean into the cedarwood, into the cashmeran that is the base that has sold me on this fragrance. A friend of mine said, spray it, smell it. I mean, like any scent, let it dry down, check on it a few hours later. It's like two different scents, and it really is. Now, it's not two different families, it's not but it is definitely, there's an opening that is beautiful and lovely, but then there's a dry down to me that is just, I have it on today. And the dry down is where it's at for me. Joe loves black cashmeran and tonka, and it comes in this beautiful bottle. And they have this in a candle as well. None of the other fragrances I've talked about come in candle or even body lotion, etc., but the Joe Loves comes in a candle. Now the last one I am wearing for fall is also by Luca Maffei, surprise, surprise, and it is Parco 1, 2, 3. Now this is inspired by nature reserve in Abruzzo, which my family is from Abruzzo. So when I found out about this, I was taken by the story immediately. This, to me, if you would say, again, just for descriptive purposes, obviously everything is unisex, but if you would think of a old school, classic men's aftershave, men's cologne, woody, and then you just put a contemporary twist on it, that is Parco 1, 2, 3, without a doubt. The classic sort of rugged woodiness is there, but it is updated for 2024, and it is sexy and wears well, and oh my god, it just smells so good. But this is a walk in the forest. There's no getting around that. This is woody to a T, which is why I was saying the Brunello Cinelli is more of an average, because you have a little bit of the woodiness, a little bit of the spiciness. This is just wood. And so this is juniper berries, wild angelica. Who knew? I guess angelica is wild. Honeysuckle, sweet broom, beechwood, and moss. This is a walk in a forest, in Abruzzo, woody, woody, woody. Somebody told me, so my family in Abruzzo was from the coast, but there was a Roman man who I met who said, oh, you're Abruzzese. And he said, they're all lumberjacks there, which made sense when I learned about this fragrance. Then he found out I was from the coast, and he was like, oh no, you're not really a lumberjack then. But this is, I hate comparing because it's not dupes and it's hard, but if you think of the original Polo cologne, this is the contemporary version of it. And I know it's like, yes, the green and the gold could be giving me that feeling, but it's the nose, and it's definitely a stepped up contemporary version of the Polo scent. Another cool thing is this little piece of, can you see that? Wood around the base is from the forest in Abruzzo, and it is to remain here because as you spray it, you know, sometimes you get a little bit of the fragrance drips onto it, and it is meant to set this ring around the bottle, and then I think afterwards you can pop it off. And I don't know what you do with the scented ring, but apparently that is something you can do. Anyway, those are my 2024 fall fragrance picks. Obviously, I'm wearing some more than this. I'm testing things out. We obviously have our fragrance, which is coming. I have like this much of it left, and I don't have the final bottle, which is why I'm not talking about it. But I will be talking about that, so I'm blue in the face once we have it. But I hope you liked it. If I do not remember to put the links down below, please come in the comments and say, Jordan, where the hell are the links? I hope you enjoy that. There's much more fragrance content to come, and until next time.